respected jury members, and my dear friends. Today I am here to speak the speech of Kailash Satyarthi, which he spoke during the Nobel Peace Prize distribution in Norway. My dear children of the world, your majesties, your royal highnesses, excellencies, distinguished members of the Norwegian Nobel Committee, dear brother Tom Harkin, and brothers and sisters, and my dear daughter Malala. With a warm heart, I recall how thousands of times I have been liberated, each time I have freed a child from slavery. In the first smile of freedom on their beautiful faces, I see the gods smiling. I represent here the sound of silence, the cry of innocence, and the face of invisibility. I have come here to share the voices and dreams of our children because they are our children. I have looked into their frightened and exhausted eyes, and I have heard their urgent questions. I met with a Sudanese child soldier who was kidnapped by an extremist militia. As his first training, he was forced to kill his friends and family. He asked me, "What is my fault?" The single aim of my life is that every child is free to be a child, free to grow and develop, free to see daylight, eat and sleep, free to laugh and cry, free to play, free to learn, free to go to school, and above all, free to dream. All the great religions tell us to care for our children. I refuse to accept that all the temples and mosques and churches and prayer houses have no place for the dreams of our children. I refuse to accept that the world is so poor when just 1 week of global spending on armies is enough to bring all of our children into classrooms. I refuse to accept that all the laws and constitutions and the judges and the police are not able to protect our children. I refuse to accept that the shackles of slavery can't ever be stronger than the quest for freedom. I refuse to accept. Friends, the biggest crisis knocking on the doors of humanity today is intolerance. We have utterly failed in imparting an education to our children, an education that gives them meaning and objective of life and a secure future, an education that builds a sense of global citizenship among the young people. I am afraid that the day is not far when the cumulative results of this failure will culminate in unprecedented violence that will be suicidal for human mankind. Yet, young people like Malala are rising up everywhere and choosing peace over violence, tolerance over extremism, and courage over fear. But there is one serious disconnect. It is the lack of compassion. Let us inculcate and transform the individual's compassion into a global movement. Let us globalize compassion, not passive compassion, but transformative compassion that leads to justice, equality, and, above all, freedom. Mahatma Gandhi said, "We are to achieve the real peace in this world. We shall have to begin with the children." I humbly add, let us unite through the world to the compassion for our children. Whose children are they who stitch footballs yet have never played with one? They are our children. Whose children are they who mine stones and minerals? They are our children. And whose children are they who harvest cocoa yet do not know the taste of a chocolate? They are our children. Devli was born into intergenerational debt and bonded labor in India. Sitting in my car, immediately after her rescue, the 8-year-old girl asked, "Why did you not come earlier?" Her question still shakes me and has the power to shake the world. Her question is for all of us. Why did we not come earlier? What are we waiting for? How many more Devlis will we be allowed to go without rescue? How many more girls will be abducted, confined, and abused? Children like Devli all across the world are questioning our inaction, watching our actions. We need collective actions with a sense of urgency. Every single minute matters, every single child matters, and every single childhood matters. Over 50 years ago, on the first day of my school, I met a cobbler boy, my age, sitting at the school gate, polishing shoes. I asked my teachers these questions. Why is he working outside? Why is he not studying with me? Why is he not playing with me? Why is he not coming to school with me? My teachers had no answer. One day, I gathered the courage to ask the boy's father. He said, "Sir, I've never thought about it. We are just born to work." This made me angry. It still makes me angry. I challenged it then, and I'm challenging it today. As a child, I had a vision of tomorrow. That cobbler boy was studying with me in my classroom. Now that tomorrow has become today, I am today, and you are today. Today it is time for every child to have the right to life, the right to freedom, the right to health, the right to education, the right to safety, the right to dignity, the right to equality, and the right to peace. Today, beyond the darkness, I see the smiling faces of our children in the blinking stars. Today, in every wave of every ocean, I see our children playing and dancing. Today, in every plant, tree, mountain, I see that the cobbler's boy sitting with me in the classroom. I want you to see and feel this today inside you. My dear sisters and brothers, may I ask you to close your eyes for a moment? Put your hands close to your heart for a moment. Can you feel the child inside you? Now listen to this child. I'm sure you can. Today, I see thousands of Mahatma Gandhis, Martin Luther Kings, and Nelson Mandelas marching forward and calling on us. The boys and girls have joined. I have joined. We ask you to join too. Let us democratize knowledge. Let us universalize justice. Together, let us globalize compassion for our children. I call upon you in this room and all across the world. I call for a march from exploitation to education, from poverty to shared prosperity, a march from slavery to liberty, and a march from violence to peace. Let us march from darkness to light. Let us march from mortality to divinity. Let us march.